Oh, you lied.
Of course I lied. It's poker. What do you think this is?
What's up, guys? You're probably not wondering what you're doing here today based on the title of the video below, but let me give you a little brief summary. My name is Brandon, and I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada from sunny California roughly 12 months ago with one goal in mind, and that was to be a better poker player. I found out I had an aptitude for poker roughly around the time I was moving to the city, and I felt like I really wanted to hone in on skills that were deep in there that I just needed to draw out. So, I spent the last 6 months poker coaching online, studying, and spending a ton of time and money on the felt to become good enough to the point where I can share my journey with all of you guys. My goal is to get you guys as enthusiastic about poker as I am, and maybe give you some confidence to get out there and play yourselves. And I want to share my journey with you guys, because keep in mind, I am still a fish, but with the help of you guys and just perseverance, I can turn into that whale, so to speak. And join me along for the ride where we make great content, and we're going to start it off with poker vlog number 1 down in sunny South Point Casino in Henderson, Nevada. And we're going to go along with a little bit of footage from a Brad Owen meetup game at Resorts World as well that we played in on Friday. Ups and downs, but we made some money, we got into some good spots, and we got it all in pre-flop. So just wait and let's get to some hands. Alright guys, so we just made it to South Point Casino and Resort down in Las Vegas. Looks like we got our name on the 1-2 and the 2-3 list. We're probably going to be buying in for max, which is going to be 600. So let's get down there, let's get on the felt, and let's just get right into it. Vlog number 1. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go. Alright guys, so we made it into the South Point Poker Room. As you can see, there's a little tournament going on. Names on the list. I should be called pretty soon. So let's just get in some hands, let's get in some action, and let's make some money. Chip in a chair, baby. Let's go. So we buy into the 2-5 game at max at 600 and sit down and instantly get into some funny banter from a drunk gentleman.
Poker, this is fun. Oh, you just got here too. Email, yeah.
I'm ready for crazy poker.
And the new guy? New guy.
So we get in and we start off our first hand with ace-9 offsuit. I open in middle position to 15. Looks like the small blind raises me to about 40. Big blind calls and I call. Flop comes, interestingly enough, 2, 3, 4 Skittles, and we are looking at a fairly big wheel draw. So the small blind then raises to 40, which is roughly 25%, 33% pot bet. The big blind calls, and I have a decision here, and I'm not sure if I should be calling or raising in this spot considering the draw. I end up electing to make a call in this spot, and I feel like I could have gotten value by raising with the draw, but we go 3-way to a turn, which comes the 3 of diamonds, pairing the board and definitely making my wheel draw just a little bit more dangerous considering the small blind then raises for 60, and I'm just not feeling good in this spot, and I'm not sure if I'm trying to go for the gutter. The big blind elects to make the fold, and I snap fold right behind him. There's just no way I'm trying to invest that kind of money into a hand like that. So the next hand we get into, we are on the big blind, and we look at ace deuce offsuit, and it looks like it folds around to the button, who then opens it up to $6, and I quickly make the call. So it's heads up to the pot, and we see a flop of 7-10 queen rainbow. Not terribly confident about ace high in this spot, but luckily the button checks to me. I check back, and we see an 8 of spades on the turn. Again, we're just not improving. We're hoping we can kind of just make a move, but then the button does something else I didn't expect. He checks to me, so I check back, and the river comes a magic ace. I'm thinking I should play a bet a little bit small to get thin value out of the hand considering top pair, so I bet out 25. He quickly folds, and I scoop a pretty small pot. We run card dead for a minute, and we see an all-in pot between the under the gun player and the middle position player. The under the gun flop the nuts and jams and gets called. So we're in the big blind once more, and we get another ace high hand in the form of ace 6. So it seems like aces are running a little hot for me today. The middle position raises to 15. I make the call, and the board runs out jack 6-5. So I'm sitting with middle pair, and I'm not super comfortable, but the middle position player leads out again for another 20, and I'm not sure how I feel about this spot. I easily could just make the fold with middle pair, but I feel like getting a little sticky, so ultimately I make the call for 20, and we go and see a turn. Turn comes the queen of clubs, which is even worse for me at this point. It opens the back possibility of the backdoor flush draw, as well as just the fact that his opening range probably contains some sort of, jack, king, queen. So I decided to kind of bluff at it. I bet 35. The middle position player kind of stares at me, hums and haws, but eventually makes the fold. So I kind of get one through, and it feels really good. So for the next hour or so, I just go card dead, and I'm feeling diminished a little bit, and we're just throwing away a lot of hands, losing a lot of blinds. But then we come across quite a decent hand. So now we're in the cutoff, and we look at our cards, and we see a fairly decent premium in the form of ace queen suited, ace queen of spades to be in fact, and it checks around to the hijack, who then opens it to $10. I then think about this, and I'm feeling like that's pretty low value, so I just min raise him to 20, and the unfortunate fact is the hand then folds around, and I'm scooping a $15 pot at max. So a couple orbits go by, and I am now in middle position with jack 9 suited of spades this time, and hoping we can get some justice for these suited hands. Spades haven't been doing me well, and I hope it does me well this time. It checks around to the under the gun, who bets $10. The under the gun plus 1 player makes the call, and I make the call as well, and so we are going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes queen 9-7 rainbow. We do have a spade, so we do open the possibility for that backdoor flush draw, so we're feeling fairly decent about the hand. The under the gun then c bets for 25, and just I make the call. We're going heads up to a turn, and the turn comes an 8. 8 of diamonds to be exact, and we are feeling less good about our position. So I check, and the under the gun checks, and the river is an ace. And the under the gun does something I didn't expect from him after this card. He just jams. He puts his whole stack in for about 250 effective, so I quickly let that go. So about 4 hands later, we're in the small blind when we wake up with a marginal hand at best, ace 9 offsuit, and it looks like it folds around, and the button raises it to 7. The under the gun player makes the call, I make the call, and 2 players behind me, and we are going 4 ways to a flop. The dealer rakes our chips in, gets ready for an exciting flop, which comes 7-3 deuce. Not really looking good with ace high in this position, so I elect to check, and we check around, and it is 4 ways to the turn, which gives us a little bit of hope when we hit that miracle ace on the turn. I go hardball, I open up the 13, and the cutoff is the only one who makes the call, so we go heads up to a river, which comes a 9 of hearts. We have now rivered 2 pair, and for whatever reason, I'm not sure what I was thinking in the spot, but I end up checking. And I'm really not sure why I did this in this spot. I'm guessing it was an accident on my part, as I tend to tap the table, but the player ends up checking back, and the pair of aces are good. I'm just feeling a little dumb in that spot. So one of the last hands we get in for the day, we open up to ace-3 offsuit. Seems like we've been getting aces all day, and they've been running hot and cold, and I just feel like they haven't been treating me too well. Foreshadowing. So cutoff raises to 20. The button calls, and I call, and we go 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace king 4 rainbow. We hit our top pair, and I'm thinking about getting a little sticky with the ace, so I check for a little bit of pot control, and music to my ears, the cutoff rate C bets for 25, and of course I'm making the call with top pair. So I make the call, and the other player in the hand makes the fold, so now we are going heads up to a turn. We run the turn, and the turn comes the 5 of spades, and we are still feeling pretty confident about our top pair in this spot, considering his ranges probably contain some sort of potential just single pairs with kings or maybe pocket jacks. So we just c-bet this for about 13. We get the call, I flip, and to my surprise, the cutoff actually has ace-3 as well. So you know, we were definitely not even close to the realm of what his range could be, but we end up just making the good old-fashioned chop on this one, and make roughly about $12. So guys, if you're enjoying this content and you want to see more from me, I would love if you just smash that like button and hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps and encourages me to continue this project and share it with all of you. I'm also going to need your help with this one, because we look at our hand and we have pocket kings, guys. We have a premium. I'm trying to get stacks in. There's a lot of small stacks at the table, and it looks like I'm on the button, and it limps around to me, and I raise it to $50, thinking I could probably get a crying call out of somebody, and music to my ears, the middle position 3-bets me to $125. And of course, I want to get stacks in at this point. Pocket kings is looking good, and I just elect to jam it, and unfortunately, we hear the snap call. We flip our cards, and he flips his to only show us pocket aces. Guys, I'm going to need you to hit that like button to bring me a little bit of luck before we see this run out. So I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see how these cards run. Oh, you didn't click it fast enough. We completely whiffed on the board, and we are taking a loss for about 375 effective. But the next day, we get up, we're ready for poker, because today is the Brad Owen Andrew Nemi game down at beautiful Resorts World Casino and Resort, and boy was it a fun one. We got to play 2-5 stakes with a huge pool of players, roughly about 145 to be exact, and we get to play with Brad himself, and even scooped up a couple Bradley dollars. We play for about 8 hours, and we end the session a little under 1,000 up from our initial buy-in of 600, and it is a good day of poker. So, not a super action-packed session, but a good session nonetheless. We got some good hands in, got some bluffs through, took a painful loss. But unfortunately, my phone dies at the table and I play one more hand, and boy, is it crazy. So I'm in the small blind and with pocket sevens. It folds around to middle position 3. He raises to 25. I call heads up to the flop. Flop comes 7, 9, jack. I hit my set, bottom set. However, I am feeling confident in the spot. It is a rainbow board, so I'm not having to worry about too many flush draws. Maybe the gutter or backdoor straight draw. So I raise 225, and music to my ears, he raises to 125. I am very weary in this spot, but I make the call, and the river comes another 9. I've voted up, so unless he has a 9, like 9-7, I'm good. I raise to 125. He rips. I call. I show the set. And we're good. So we actually come back. He was in for about 345 effective, so I'm back close to breaking even on the session. So excited that you guys are in here for Poker Vlog number 1. I will have some more content for you soon. And short stack out.
Oh, you lied.
Of course I lied. It's poker. What do you think this is?
Alright, donkeys, I said it once and I will definitely say it again. It is totally free to hit that subscribe button. So if you enjoy the content you're watching right now, we put a lot of effort into this stuff and I want to keep punting off money at the felt for you guys. So if you like it, you want to see more videos like this, crazier action, hit the subscribe button. It's free, free 99. Let's go lose money on the felt.